Hello everyone, guys. We have a lot of ground to cover. We have a lot of news, some good but most not so good at all. So before we get into it, I'm gonna link a video from yesterday right here. There is a brand new asset class that is on the market right now, and this could be potentially as huge as when NFTs actually came out. So check it out. This video right here is very important. It's really juicy and some really interesting opportunity could be. So check it out. So first things first, let's quickly talk about Gemini, because we all know that this danger is still out there, quite frankly. And Gemini, but there is a little bit of hope here with Gemini. Gemini earned customers likely to receive speedy resolution, but in only one instance. Okay, so this is very important. Remember that if DCG goes down because of Gemini, then there's going to be a big question with Grayscale, and there is always already big questions about Grayscale. So we really don't want to see this happening. So despite having sufficient assets, which is already good, right? Genesis is facing the challenge of raising adequate liquidity to fulfill short-term obligations to its creditors. And Gemini believes the lender will become liquid if it can drum up liquidity through a capital or debt raise or restructure some of the debt obligations. So basically, this is what they want to do right now. So also here, DCG reportedly owes Genesis about 1.7 billion through a promissory note, 1.1 billion, and an intercompany loan, 575 million. Their repayment deadlines for the liabilities are June, I think it should be 2023. Okay, maybe it's a typo, and May 2023. So these dates render the loans unsuitable to help Genesis quickly restore liquidity. So should investors determine that Genesis has a balance sheet insolvency, which is more or less a bankruptcy situation, then Gemini's earned customers can actually lose money. But if it's just liquidity issue, then they can actually fix it. This is what this whole thing is actually all about. So on the other hand, so basically if Genesis is illiquid, which is what I just said, customers will likely receive 100% of their funds. So on December 3rd, 2022, the Financial Times reported that DCG and Genesis owe Gemini customers about 900 million. So the creditors committee awaits a response to its plan by December the 23rd, which is I think tomorrow. So there is a chance that this could actually all play out and go into the history as just a FUD and some scary situation. So the big question is whether they're actually insolvent and there is a hole in the balance sheet, or that they have some liquidity issues. So I'm gonna pay attention to this. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. So subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I make a new upload. And now at this point, all the good stuff stops, and we're going to be staring down the barrel of the reality, quite frankly. And before we do, guys, remember that if you want to be trading actively yourself, then the best platform, in my personal humble opinion right now, that is the safest, that doesn't have any FUD about it, and has actually showed proof of reserves, that is fully over collateralized, then use my link down in the description of this video to BidGet. And if you use my link down below, you'll get up to $8,000 in initial deposit bonuses. Also, you will get an incredible feature, which is cashback on your trading fees, which shows up like this in your spot account. So whenever you take a trade on BidGet, only if you use my link down below to sign up and open your account, then you will see this kind of money just being credited back to your spot account, which is just incredible. So use this feature, use my link down below, and even if you're a break-even trader, you will still make money at the end of the day. So this is a kill-for feature for any trader, and BidGet is quite reliable. I've been using it myself. So now let's move on to some other stuff that is going to develop into us actually moving to the chart and looking at what could potentially happen. So FTX Gary Wang and Alameda's Caroline Ellison pled guilty to federal charges and are currently cooperating with prosecutors. So this guy right here is going to jail for a long time, baby. So yeah, this is the situation, and they're going to rat him out for sure. So this is an interesting one. Now, next thing, which is we're getting into this bad stuff. So SEC actually filed unregistered securities charges against Thor token creators for the 2018 ICO, and it doesn't stop there. The US SEC actually called FTT a security, well, the FTT, the native token of FTX, and Sam Bankman-Fried, former associates, actually pled guilty, what we just spoke about. So why is this bad? I mean, FTT, who gives a shit? It's already down in history books and it already has collapsed. So maybe it's going to just add on to the reasons why Sam Bankman is going to get a life in prison. But why we should worry about this right now, though, is the question what's going to happen to BNB, to the native token of Binance. it is going to be also classified as a security, then this is going to be bad news for Binance. And bad news for Binance still keeps circulating. Most of it is FUD, but still nonetheless, it's not making our situation any better. Next thing is the giant Bitcoin mine. I was surprised about this one. Miner Core Scientific filed for bankruptcy. So we're seeing still these cascading liquidations and people going bankrupt, going to jail left and right, and everybody's saying that the crypto is finished. Is it the bottom though? When everybody's saying that everything is finished. Let's have a look, and here is the answer. And guys, by the way, if you want to see all of our trades, go down into the description of this video and join my free Discord channel. That's where we post all of our trades. We're like 22,000 traders strong right now. It's a free community. Just you have to join the VIP section, and if you're a BitGet trader, you just put in your UID and you will be granted access to it. And this is a place to be if you want to be seeing how professionals trade. So now, when it comes to the big question as to this is the bottom or not, seeing so much negativity in the market, let's start by talking about U.S. home sales falling nearly 8% last month and posting their longest streak of declines in 23 years. So the housing market, guys and girls, is starting to show some cracks and starts to go down a little bit. And this brings us to this article right here, where Nicholas Merton is actually warning that Bitcoin is actually on the verge of major capitulation, as a very important level is about to get broken. He's saying that the Bitcoin price is bound to go down to something at least like $13,000 or even lower. So the level at which we're currently standing, it looks like we're going to be breaking it, is this mega important support that originated back in 2019, then got confirmation here, didn't close below it, as we can see right here, and currently we're standing at it, and we're not really bouncing high from it, so could potentially start breaking down below, and this could spell very bad news for us, guys and girls, unfortunately. Because as of right now, we're not really seeing very much happen. And certainly we're going to see a lot of volatility tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time when the PCE data is going to come out, the preferred gauge of inflation for Fed. So remember, if it's going to be forecast 4.7, if it's going to be more, short. If it's going to be less, well, maybe it's going to be more positive. But would I be longing right now? I don't see any good reasons for that. But if it's going to be worse than 4.7, a very beautiful shorting opportunity. And then maybe this is going to be the catalyst to actually break that red support that I was just showing you. But if we're going to go into a smaller time frame, then we're going to see, just as I told you in the previous video, so call me Mr. Spot On, that we're not really moving anywhere. We need a reason to move. The volatility is again going down. And potentially this is something that is going to move us tomorrow, or any other development like Genesis, Binance, having their BNB token also classified as a security, or something major happening. For the time being, if nothing happens, which is very unlikely, I think we're just gonna still jug along. But if we're gonna see something bad, like for example terrible PCE tomorrow, then well, here we go, at least all the way down to $15,000 and then potentially even lower. So guys and girls, tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Check out the video from yesterday, a very cool one. Also check out this tutorial as how to trade like a professional and with proper risk and money management. And as always, peace and love. Thomas Krallo. Stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.